Hello, fellow Force users. This video is kind of a follow-up to a review that I did of this saber. This is my Saberforge Vanquish. I've learned quite a bit about this particular saber, and I'm not quite as ignorant as I used to be. So, shout out to several of my friends that I've met on YouTube in the community. Darth Sidious and Gray Paladin and Ghost Shadow. Without their input, I probably wouldn't have learned what I learned. But I was a bit ignorant about this saber. This is an older Saberforge product, and it actually is equipped with what's called Sabercore 2.0. And back in the day, the Sabercore 2.0 only contained one font. In this case, this saber comes with Crimson. And I initially had thought that the speaker was damaged, but as it turns out, the speaker is just kind of a low output speaker that wasn't very good. So, based on the knowledge that I learned, I replaced the speaker with a similar 4-watt speaker, but it's a high bass output speaker. The old speaker looked like this, and it's really not much to look at. And it's a little damaged, so that may have affected the sound quality, but it was easy to replace. I just went to, I could have gone to the actually, I bought my speaker from the custom saber shop. I was able to save, well, let's just say it was less expensive than purchasing it from Saberforge, and I was able to get it in about 3 days, so that was totally worth it. As far as the install, I had to purchase a soldering iron, of course, and I had to get it in kit form because obviously you need solder. So that's the beginning of my, I'm starting to work on a workbench because I have enough sabers now that in order to maintain them, I'm going to have to evolve my process a little bit, and I'm going to start with basic maintenance and upgrades, and eventually I'm hoping to, maybe at some point take, like one of my warrior tier, for instance, my Shadow Hunter. I'd really like to upgrade my Shadow Hunter to, something basic like a Pico Crumble to begin, and then work my way up to bigger and better things. So that's the natural evolution of the process for me. So I'm pretty much just going to demonstrate. You'll have to look at my previous video of the Vanquish to kind of hear how it sounded before, but this is how it sounds now with a high bass output speaker. And the other thing I noticed was the positioning of the speaker I thought was wrong, but it was indeed correct. So everything about the saber was 100% correct. The speaker was ever so slightly damaged, so that did affect the output somewhat, but there wasn't, really too much wrong with it. So
Sabercore Crimson.
So you could hear it's kind of nice and clear. And Crimson's kind of a messy font anyway. I like it. It's gritty. But it's not the cleanest font. Now, the Sabercore 2.0 soundboard allows you to make various adjustments. You can adjust the flicker rate. You can adjust the volume, which is basically just low-high, the clash sensitivity, and the swing sensitivity. So I have the swing sensitivity on 3, which is why it takes a little bit of effort to swing it, and the clash on 5. So a definite upgrade, and it makes the saber much more enjoyable. Although I did enjoy it thoroughly before. This saber's kind of tailor-made to me, and my fighting style currently really utilizes the curved hilts quite a bit. And I have a 32-inch I think I've got just a custom saber shop blade in here, which works really well in this saber. It runs Arctic Blue, my favorite, my absolute favorite blade color. So I've just turned this into a mediocre possession into something that really, really, in my view, kind of kicks ass. As far as how long did it take to do this? Well, the wonderful thing about this particular hilt is once you remove the pommel, there's two screws. There's the screw here and the screw holding on the. Wow, I'm not even in frame. This is a new thing for me. The screw holding on the carver tick wheel. The screw here. You remove the pommel. This slides off. You remove the kill key. Take these three screws out. Take off the shroud. This screw, this screw, and this screw. This whole unit disassembles. When you're working on it, you replace the kill key, and these two sections, they're basically not glued together. They're just halves. Once you put everything together, it's really a nice. Well, at least on my saber, it's a nice tight seam, and you don't see any light shining through. So that's appreciative, because I've heard that there has been issues with Banes and Vanquishes that had issues with how they mesh, but I have no problems with this one whatsoever. So basically, it gives you complete access to the entire contents of the saber. The speakers here, your battery with the chassis, and the soundboard is here, and it connects to your button and your kill key here, and then you have the whole LED assembly in here, and it's super easy to work with. I do have experience with soldering, so soldering wasn't a problem for me at all. I have taken some electronics in the past. I've had some experience, and I've fiddled with things. I've taken enough of my father's stereos and electronics apart in the past and got my butt whooped plenty of times. Yeah, so the total process to do this, the total time, 20 minutes, literally, maybe 20 minutes. And there was enough room in here. It was almost like they expected people to upgrade that. And so there's plenty of room to put the thicker speaker in here. And the end result is
Sabercore Crimson.
a much better saber. So yeah, I figured I'd share that knowledge. So it is doable, and at least with this particular saber, it's very easy. So there you go. That's an update to my Vanquish. So I hope this wasn't a complete bore for you. If you have any kind of Saberforge product, just know that if there are some inadequacies to what you have, they are upgradable. Just be aware that would negate any warranties that might apply. Now, because I've taken this apart and worked on it, obviously, Saberforge wouldn't be interested in fixing it in the future. But at any rate, that's pretty much all I have to say about this topic. And I apologize for not having any new unboxings or reveals or reviews. I'm probably not receiving much of anything until at least Monday. I do have a Saber Trio, another Saber Trio, Saber Trio. My brain's completely fried. It's the weekend. I'm allowed to have a fried brain. My Mira, yeah, I've got another stunt Mira, but this is going to be more of an unboxing situation. So, and other things coming up. I don't know. You know how it is. At any rate, I hope everyone's having a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you're so inclined. You don't have to like it. If you don't like it, then put dislike. My feelings will not be hurt, but please like it. All right. My love to everyone out there. You guys are epic, and I will talk to you later. Bye.